Hello and welcome to this month's webinar entitled The Be Better Summertime Wellness Guide, 10 Great Activities to Impact Your Well-Being. This is Gary Sams again, the Chief Wellness Officer for Be Better, and I'm pleased to be with you this month and going to take a little bit of a different approach than some of the past webinars. And one, if you've been following along and we published a schedule for the year, you may have noticed that for this month we were going to talk about medical self-care, but I decided to save that topic for another presentation. We have some new tools that are coming out in the medical self-care area, and I thought I'd wait until we got those into the system before addressing that with you. The other thing that I was considering is that our presentations, at least some of them in the past, tend to be a little heavy on the statistics and more talking about epidemiology and maybe health risk and things of that nature. And I thought, since it's the summertime, let's lighten it up a little bit. And so this month I'm just going to spend some time talking about 10 activities for you to consider that I know will make a positive impact on your sense of well-being and wellness this summer. The first one is, and as I have here, no explanation needed, take a vacation. But on the other hand, maybe a little explanation is needed, in that I did a little research here and I found that in 2016, and I find this hard to believe, but there were 206 million unused vacation days by U.S. employees. 206 million unused vacation days. And I've seen on TV lately a popular commercial where people are dressed in yellow shirts and they have different tasks that they used their vacation days for, like getting their oil changed or helping somebody move or what have you. And so obviously maybe a little explanation is needed. We should take our vacation time. All of us need to rejuvenate ourselves, and vacation, at the very root of the word, is to vacate. And so to kind of get out of ourselves, our normal routines, and in that process recreate ourselves. So when we think of recreation and the act of recreating ourselves, vacations are a great way to do it. And I've put a couple ideas here for you. The screenshot that I have here, I live in Pennsylvania, and every state has a Department of Tourism, and I went to our state's, Pennsylvania's, and I was amazed at the things that are there, the resources that they have. So just even as you can see on the screenshot here, things to do, places to stay, destinations, deals, and events. So there's coupons for certain locations and activities that you can print, half off tickets, that type of thing. But just an amazing resource, and I know that every state has that. So again, I refer to national, state, and local tourist agencies. Lots of resources there. Travel and automobile clubs like the AAA, travel agencies. Now some of those have fees with them, so but by all means use those vacation days. You deserve it. How about this one? Get back to nature. Walk in the park. So I'm a definite outdoors person, and I love this quote by Edward Abbey: "Wilderness is not a luxury but a necessity of the human spirit." And that's certainly true in my case. I feel at my best and my most at ease when I'm outside in nature. And the good thing about nature and getting out there, there's lots of opportunities. And as I state here, national, state, county, local parks, they're everywhere, and the vast majority of them are free. There's no cost to go to a state park and take a hike, or a county park. Again, lots of resources online for those things wherever you live, but by all means, get back to nature this summer if you can. Here's another easy one. How about reading a book? And the lots of libraries publish summer reading list, for you to consider. I just was looking a little bit, and I saw that Bill Gates had 5 books that he recommended reading this summer, and many prominent professionals and individuals come out with summer reading lists, so there's lots to explore there. My only recommendation is that many of us have to do a lot of reading for our jobs and in our industries and in our professional life. Try to find something that is the complete opposite of that. And this quote here that I have from this unknown author: anyone who says they have only one life to live must not know how to read a book. Because I've seen it said before that books are many lives to live, and that's true. You can take a mental adventure, live vicariously through someone else in a book, and you can go to a library and sign out books for free. So there's not much excuse with cost. It's just taking the time and making the effort to again, get outside of yourself a little bit and read a book. So that's certainly a great activity to consider. And if you can, as I have on the picture here, do it while you're sitting on the beach, and you'll combine a couple of these tips all in one. Here's an easy one. Now, unfortunately, this isn't free, but how about going to the movies? The knock knock joke is courtesy of my daughter. When she was younger, she used to, this was one of her favorites: knock knock, who's there? Cliff. Cliff who? Cliffhanger. She's obviously a movie buff, and that's something that we share together. We love to go to movies. But again, consider going to a movie. 2 hours, you get outside yourself. There's lots of seems to be lots of interesting things showing this summer. As I'm recording this in early July, summertime is obviously a time when the theaters come out with some of the blockbusters. It's a big time for that industry, so take advantage of it and go see a movie. How about this one? Barbecuing. Now, barbecuing, here I am going to put back on my health guy hat a little bit and just give you some tips for healthy barbecuing. And the first one is to start with Keller. So I love this photograph here. You see the yellow of the corn, the red of the tomatoes, green of the zucchini or peppers, whatever you choose, even purple with eggplant. There's those colors represent different nutritional benefits and advantages. So make sure that what you're barbecuing, those fresh vegetables, represent a range of vibrant color. You'll get a lot of nutritional benefits from that. The second one, you'll consider going to the farmer's market to get these fresh fruits and vegetables. And I did a little research there, and today there are over 8,600 farmers markets registered with the USDA. So they're pretty much everywhere these days, and they're growing in their popularity, and for good reason. You get great fresh fruits and vegetables locally grown, and the price is really good too. Most of them, you get the food at a lower cost than you would in a supermarket. The third point, don't smother the barbecue, the things that you're cooking, with sauces. The main ingredient in most commercially produced barbecue sauce is sugar. So steer away from that. I give you an example here to consider. A soy sauce substitute. Soy sauces and those types of things are also pretty popular when it comes to barbecuing vegetables and things. And this recipe here that I got from the American Heart Association represents a lower calorie, low sodium, low sugar alternative to commercially produced barbecue sauces. So consider doing something like that. Pick healthy proteins like fish and skinless chicken. you can get away from the beefs and porks and those types of things, the red meat, and consider something like fish and chicken again. Tastes great on the grill. And finally, don't forget the portion plate, in that unless it's just fruits and vegetables, you can eat fruits and vegetables to your heart's content, but generally keep in mind the proper portion size of the other things that you might be grilling, and the other things that accompany your barbecue. And here are 5 more ideas that I'm going to throw out there. I'm not going to go into detail on these ones like I did the others, but how about a family game night? From bunco to badminton, myself, my wife, and our kind of close circle of friends, there's about 16 of us, that every other week somebody hosts a game night. And in the summer, we always have great fun with it. Things like scavenger hunts, kickball we've played in the past, cornhole, any kind of game that you can think of. It's a great social event. It's a great stress reliever, and the camaraderie and the connection is really important. How about going fishing? I mentioned the state, local, and national parks. There's lots of opportunities for that. Great stress reliever, even if you don't catch anything. Just sitting out there in nature and looking and listening to the water is a great summer activity. Outdoor arts and crafts. Again, something, if you have younger children, that you can do. There's lots of resources and guides for different crafts that you can make. Just the activity of working with your family and children. Again, great stress reliever, great way to connect. How about having a picnic? In my mind, everything tastes better outside. So getting out of your normal routine, just eating outside. It doesn't have to necessarily be in a park or a beautiful setting, but if you can, all the better. And finally, the last one, how about reconnecting with your neighborhood? And my byline there is the virtue of the porch swing. Not everybody has a porch swing or a front porch, but if you do, how about spending some time out there this summer and trying to reconnect with your neighbors as they might walk by? Another thing to consider is maybe with your neighborhood having some activities that combine the things that we talked about so far. Having a neighborhood game night, or a neighborhood event for arts and crafts, or a picnic or barbecue. Or maybe a neighborhood activity where you decide to help somebody a little less fortunate clean up their yard or their house, doing something good for somebody else. That's always a great activity that helps them, but also helps you and your own well-being. So in closing, again, a little bit of a different presentation this month, but my objective was just to celebrate the summer and to give you some ideas and some encouragement to get out there and take advantage of the summer season. It's a great opportunity to make an impact on your life and de-stressing yourself and improving your overall well-being. So I wish everyone a great summertime and great summer experience, and look forward to speaking with you again next month. Thanks so much.